All right. So I'm about to say my opinion. I might rant, so don't disrupt the kid. All right. So my opinions on GT. All right, I might get more hate than Toastie. So Toastie, you might be okay in the comment section. I might get some death threats here. I love GT. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I remember when Dragon Ball Z ended and I watched the very last episode, how depressed I was, and I was just like, you know what? I just give up on life. I was like, there's no reason to live anymore. So as a kid, I'm sitting there like in my house. I'm about to like, fucking, I don't know, stick a fork in an electric socket or some shit. And then my mom, she's like, yo, we got like cable and stuff. And I was like, all right, before I fucking kill myself, let me see what's on TV. And it was Dragon Ball GT. So the first thing that I saw was Vegeta when Baby first took over him, because it was like sort of in the middle. And then they were like on this fucking highway, and then I remember seeing, adult Gohan and all that shit, and they were like all acting like weird and shit. And obviously this was when Baby was first coming around and fucking possessing people and shit. So I was just looking, I was like, I don't remember this. So like I took the knife away from the electrical socket and I tossed it. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, well, I'll be damned. And then I found out at that point about GT, because back in the day there was no way to know about this type of shit. So I stuck up with GT. I watched it all the fucking time. The channel didn't really have a lot of, they didn't play Dragon Ball Z a lot. So I ended up getting, DVDs of, each little section. So like there would be a DVD that covered maybe about 5 episodes or something like that. So I bought a bunch of those. And then that's how I watched GT. And I liked it. So I thought GT was pretty damn epic. Like the whole way how Goku went Super Saiyan 4 when Pan was in danger and everything, and how he turned into the Great Ape, and how Pan was actually how she controlled Goku and brought him back from the Great Ape form, the Uzaru form, where usually once you reach that point, it's a wrap. Everything's dying. You know what I mean? So yeah. So like that was very emotional, and I mean there were some parts that I didn't like about GT. Of course, it's not as good as Z. Don't get me wrong. Like that'll never happen. But I don't like how Vegeta sort of got robbed in GT, so that's one thing that I didn't really like. But I'm talking like overall, I can appreciate GT for what it was. I'll agree with Toastie in that the whole hunt for the Black Star Dragon Balls was kind of fucking stupid. But once Omega Shenron came out, and once the fusion happened, Super Saiyan 4 happened, like that shit was just fucking hype to me, and I got very excited about it. And I just remember all the good parts. Like I don't know if maybe I should rewatch it to reform an opinion, but all I remember is just great memories about GT, and it has its flaws. It's not as good as Z, don't get me wrong again, but I can still appreciate it for what it is. And there were a lot of moments in there that are very memorable to me. When I think back to all my Dragon Ball Z memories, obviously Cell Saga beats off everything. The Baby Frieza Saga, Majin Buu Saga is kind of but a lot of the memories I have are of GT. Like we were talking about this before we started recording. One of my favorite, there was 2 favorite parts that I really liked in GT that always stand out to me when I'm thinking of Dragon Ball. One was when Goku went Super Saiyan 4 and Baby Vegeta was just fucking kicking his ass. Like Baby Vegeta was beating the shit out of him, but Goku started playing mind games and he faked it like he wasn't hurting at all. Like he was this fucking super being that just did not give a fuck about anything Baby was doing. So then Baby started psychologically going crazy. He was like, what the fuck? I'm like hitting this guy with everything I've got, but he just doesn't give a fuck. And meanwhile, Goku's thinking to himself, he's like, all right, if I get hit one more time, I'm fucking dead. Like, it was just fucking, it was so awesome to see like that psychological mind game being brought into Dragon Ball. And then another one of my favorite parts is seeing the fucking strength of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta when they first fused, and they were just fucking around with Omega Shenron. They were like, this guy over here is a little bitch. I remember we talked about this again, where he was charging up like a Big Bang Kamehameha to fucking blow Omega Shenron away right up to his face, and then like party poopers and fucking like streamers and all that shit like popped up out of nowhere, and he's just fucking laughing at Omega Shenron's face, and Omega Shenron's like getting fucking pissed and shit. Like I just fucking love that type of shit. I even like Super 17. I really liked GT. That's just me. Y'all can hate me, whatever. Send me death threats. It's your boy. I'm out.